and you've given us a host of swell arrangements of songs old and new.
Replica Rock Radio.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
And we are back on the air. It is I, the Hammer.
Is that what
from the Replica Rock Radio Podcast? And that voice you hear over there on the other side of the laughing. Ouch. That's my hand.
Hey, keep those hands on top of the table, please.
No kidding. Is our new addition to the show, and it is DJ and drummer extraordinaire, Mr. Rusty Leigh, the Locomotive.
Thanks for having me, Hammer.
And he'll be doing the show with us pretty much most of the time. Kelly is still involved with the show. He'll be checking in with us when he can and being here live with us when he can. So everything is all good. We got some new stuff and exciting things happening for Season 2. Stuff planned anyway. Hopefully it won't work out.
You mean we have stuff planned?
We have stuff planned.
Really?
Yeah, we have things planned.
Oh.
I'm not privy to tell you what the plan is because, they're formulating. Basically meaning I have no idea what the hell is going to happen, but
the truth is what he's afraid of is tell me the plans, and then I'm going to intervene it on Facebook.
Yeah, whatever. No, see, this is why we don't give the new guy any control over anything.
Hey, don't touch. Hey,
the new
don't
guy.
touch me like that.
So anyway, yes, we are here and happy and fired up to be doing Season 2. And big thanks to everybody who helped with Season 1. We ended up doing 18 weeks.
Wow.
Had 18 different shows and had all kinds of local rock stars and national rock stars. And, it was a good time, and hopefully it helped out everybody, as far as, helping get their bands out there.
And what was your listener attendance on that?
The stats. Why are you asking me this right now when I don't have the stats in front of me?
Because
stupid.
we want the numbers, man. We want the numbers.
I'll make up a statistic.
All right, drum roll.
No, actually, the statistics went up on the viewership for the site by a significant number. I don't know what it is. I just remember going, "Damn."
Wow.
So it was cool. So that's how big the number was. Damn.
Well, let's make it bigger.
So anyway, yep, we're back doing this whole thing and glad to be part of it. We're going to shorten the show up a little bit here and there. We'll be doing it more in segments, kind of a thing. And if we have a big long interview, that way you don't have to sit there at your computer at work and listen to a 2-hour show.
Bah.
Your boss walks by. What are you doing? Jamming Replica Rock Radio. That's what I'm doing. Fire me. No, don't say that. So anyway, that's what is going on, and like I said, Rusty, the brand new guy, and we've been buddies for
a long time
now.
Long time,
yes, it's true. I think at some point in time we probably hated each other. I know that rumor gets around, and whatever. So if you hear the boxing ring bell and a bunch of scuffling, don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
It's just passion.
Ooh. See, alone. See, this is why I hate you. It's alone in a room with a guy in a microphone, and you got to go. It's just passion.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
I kid. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, tell us about yourself.
Well, Jeremy, I'm from Los Angeles, California. Moved to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I don't know, many moons ago. And just fell in love with the community here, fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the reality of what you see is what you get. And it's just so wholesome here. I just love it. Wholesome, yes.
You used the word wholesome in a sentence.
Well,
you're from L.A. and you used wholesome in a sentence.
I had to get that chip off my shoulder. And believe me, it got knocked off a few times here.
Oh, well, you know what? Everybody's young at some point in time, shoot. Hold on. You know what? I got the perfect thing for this. You're telling your story. I downloaded this wicked cool app the other day. I can have this.
Yeah.
We're sitting by the campfire. Here?
Yeah, that's our listeners.
Yeah, we're all sitting around a campfire. Listen. Hear the wood burning?
I hear crickets.
Okay, you don't like the crickets.
No, I don't like the crickets.
All right. I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is what we do here. We just have fun. And
I want one of those toys.
Here's a fire. So there, we're sitting around the campfire talking.
Where's the marshmallows, man?
Right over there.
Hey, the chocolate's already melted. How do I put it on my s'more?
You know what a s'more is. You're from LA and you know what a s'more is.
Well, I've been in Wisconsin 15 years.
Oh, well, you ought to. Anyway.
I didn't know what booyah was. Now, that's another subject. We got to talk about that on the next show.
I didn't know what booyah was.
I never knew what booyah was.
It's soup.
It didn't look like soup to me.
So anyway, you migrate here from LA.
Yeah.
And you've been around the area for quite some time. And you've got a project happening now. And here's the thing. You've never really played in a cover band around here. Now, and I'm saying that, prefacing it by, the fact that it seems this area predominantly is ruled by cover bands. It's very tough for original bands to get around. But on the other hand, I got to give you credit because you stick to the guns and you put a group together, and it took a long time to do it. However, I think the band, we'll talk about that right now, or we'll talk about that in a second. If there's anything else that you want people to know about you that just tell me to shut up and let you talk.
Well, I've been approached by a lot of cover bands, Jeremy, in this town, and unfortunately, I DJ for a living in this town. And what I make as a DJ, I would never make as a musician in this town. And I think it's really bogus because I love drumming. I love being on stage. That is my true passion.
Right.
I love DJing. I'm a real DJ. I'm a guy who beat mixes, a guy who loops, samples.
What do you mean? So us radio guys?
Well, that's an
DJs?
FM jock there, Jerm. That's an FM jock. I'm talking a club jock, a guy who takes music and adds drum beats on top of it, beat mixes, loops, samples, all that stuff. Just not a fade in, fade out.
All I do is sit there in the air and talk.
You're pretty good with that computer, man. You know when to talk and when not to.
That's right. I'm beat mixing myself into the break. So anyway, that's what you do.
I enjoy DJing. I work out at Ashwaubenon on Bowling Alley. My employer's been extremely well to me. I love them. I got
to say, I agree. I agree. I'm privy to information and whatever. You're right. It's tough to make a living, a real living.
As a musician
in this town, everybody can play. Everybody can be a weekend warrior.
Look at Chris Dame, one of the most phenomenal musicians in this town, most established, is in 5 bands and also teaches just to make a living.
Sure,
my heart goes out and hat goes off to him.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it is. If you want to do that for a living around here, you have to have some other kind of gig going on. So anyway, that's what's taken a while, but you have put together a project.
Sin.
Soul. Service Night Industry.
Yeah.
No,
it's Souls in Neglect, actually. Got Glenn Pierce on guitar, Tim Perkins on bass, and Mr. Jamie Fontaine on vocals. Myself, the Locomotive, behind the power of it all in the drums.
The power of it all.
We got to have that crash bang in all rock music, man. Come on, you're a drummer.
I get it. See, that's the beauty. And that's the wonderful thing I think about having you here on the show is that we can talk drums.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
You know what it is? Fine, I'll say it. We're the 2 best drummers in the area.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. I'm glad you patted yourself on the back. I don't want to break my arm quite yet.
No, I kid, but
yeah,
people, they know my sense of humor, whatever. But we've both been around long enough, and we don't have that young drummer, which I did at one point in time. Of course, younger dudes or whatever. It's that same thing of the 2 bulls on top of the hill. You know what I mean?
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Hey, let's run down there and, do one of those. No, let's walk down and take over the whole field. That's kind of where we're at this point in time. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Well, what I mean by power, and don't take me as arrogant.
I don't.
Power in drumming is very important. And
hell yeah.
But yeah, dynamics are important. But there's so many new drum tones that are out there. Don't get me going on this because it'll be another episode.
Right.
That are so weak. What happened to the balls and the umph from a rock drummer?
Sure.
Like John Bonham, Cozy Powell, Carl Palmer. I mean, we're talking badass cats here,
Yes.
And now everybody's got this thin kink tone. Please don't get me going. This will be another half-hour episode.
It is all preference.
Yes, it is. It's preference. You're right.
And that's cool. I get what you're saying, though. I mean,
you're a power drummer,
right? I mean, I like that. And even going back to, I just got a couple of discs that I borrowed from a friend, Buddy Rich.
Phenomenal.
Listening to that stuff and Max Roach, Buddy Rich and Max Roach on a CD together.
What about Krupa?
Well, he was absolutely. But if you want to get to the heart of where our style is very the same, like we've talked about this, we've gone like to the same college,
correct,
with just a little bit different philosophies. You know, the basics that we have are basically the same. The same
Actually,
school.
Our drumming is very similar to each other's.
Yeah,
yes.
Just a little bit of a difference. But
correct.
You know, you look at these guys, the old guys, the Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich, Max Roach, that is where our stuff. That's where all drumming
That's where
really
roots
comes
came from.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, you got jazz in there. I was listening to Buddy Rich do this quad fill on a 4-piece kit with one bass drum. And he's just doing these things that, like, Dean Casanova, one of my favorite guys, or Tommy Aldridge, are pulling that kind of stuff off on a 4-piece kit in 1964.
And it was never heard of back
then. And it was
then.
never heard of. I mean, and it was badass.
Phenomenal.
I was like, dang, that's drummers go back. Forget about Tommy Lee. Forget about Tommy Aldridge. Forget about Dean Casanova. Even John Bonham and dude from The Who. I've never been a huge fan. I know it's sacrilegious.
How can you say that? Mr. Keith Moon.
I know. I was not a huge fan of his style. No disrespect.
Ginger Baker.
You go back even farther than those guys to the original rock stars, you know, the Buddy Rich and that whole group of dudes, and listen to where everything came from.
It came
and
from
you'll
that.
have a whole new perspective on playing.
Yep.
Absolutely. You know, my daughter, 16 years old, metalhead, and we're listening to that Buddy Rich thing, and there's a section in there where he's doing basically a speed metal blast beat.
Like at 258 BPMs and stuff.
Exactly. And this is in 1964, and my daughter's like, wow, listen to that. He's doing a blast beat. I said, where do you think that came from? You know what I mean? It was, you know, but so anyway, I digress, because these will be shows that we'll have here, and we'll have conversations.
This is what's going to be really cool about the new Replica Rock radios, because we have two drummers.
Right. It's going to be
battling.
cool for
it's like
us.
two bulls in an arena. You know what we need to do?
Two big dogs, one big dog dish.
Hammer, we got to do this. We got to do a hammer locomotive stomp and get other drummers from the area involved.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be great.
And call it
that is
hammer
a great idea.
locomotive stomp and have everybody involved from Green Bay and Fox City.
And do a big drummer stomp.
Bada boom, bada bing, bing, bing.
That is a great idea.
Be great.
We'll have to do that. So anyway, back to Sin.
Sin.
So you got Sin going on. It's all original.
All original.
Glenn Pierce, who I used to play with, was one of the original guitar players for Johnny Wad.
Higher Ground. The list goes on.
That's right. Exactly. Been around for a long time. And great player. Kind of a shredder, man. Glenn is a shredding machine.
He's wicked.
He's wicked.
Just wicked, and
because it's not just all about the shred with him. I don't mean that.
No, I think it's his personality too.
But he's got the chops to really tear some stuff up.
He's old school meets new school.
Yeah.
Great tone. That's what I love about Glenn Pierce the most.
It's
just warm. It's just rah.
Yeah. And then Tim Perkins, Jamie Fontaine.
Jamie Fontaine on vocals.
Yep. So that's the band, and you're recording right now?
That's correct. And we're working at White Raven Studios with Aaron. Hopefully we should have the CD completed. Well, everything keeps getting backed up, but I'm hoping by the end of the year.
You know what? That's I get it.
This is Green Bay.
Right.
I think there's lithium in the water here. I really do, man.
Why do you think I drink water so much?
Because everybody's so slow.
Oh, there
you know? We'll do it tomorrow.
Well, see, there's a difference. Here's the deal, because, you know, you're just out. You have the metabolism of a flea.
Well, I fart and I burn 1,000 calories.
This is what I'm saying. It's not that we're all slow. You know,
I just moved too fast.
4 words. Try the decaf. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, we got to get Detail on the program.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And bring your dog on the program, too.
We can listen
Max.
to him fight.
Ooh.
That would be a bad fight.
No.
Max would lose.
I don't know. We might get, what's that football player's name?
Oh, yeah.
Vic involved.
Vic.
Yeah, he might get involved in the program.
No.
We don't want that.
No, not at all.
Peter, we're just joking, Peter.
We're totally kidding. Totally kidding. So basically, that's kind of the show for now. This is segment one. Just welcome back to the Replica Rock Radio Podcast kind of a thing. We're glad that you're listening. Things will be changing a little bit, like I said, with, we're shortening up just a tad.
Replica. Speaking of Replica,
yeah.
What about your established outstanding band? What are you doing this weekend?
Established outstanding band.
To me, Replica rules, man. Replica.
Well, we have our place.
Well,
and that's cool. This weekend, actually, this Saturday, we're going to be at the Stoneyard, and that is the Stoneyard in Appleton. Okay. There's two of them. So it's a great, the Stoneyard's a great place to play.
Is this the first one or the second one?
I believe this is the second one.
Oh, okay.
I believe so, but we always have a good time there. So come on out at the Stoneyard in Appleton. We should start it up about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. So come on, we got some new stuff that the band's doing.
Well, guaranteed, if I wasn't DJing, I'd be right there, being your drum tech, man, just so I could hear you drum, bro.
Wow, that is just a load.
But I'm not sanding your drumsticks.
That's a load of crap, dude, and you know it.
You know I want to sand them. Let me sand them.
You sand your own sticks, man. So anyway, yeah, if you get a chance, come on out to the Stoneyard in Appleton, or if you're going to be in the Green Bay area and you want to go do something fun. And Cosmic Bowling, that's what's going on there?
At ABA.
Saturday night?
Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
Dude, Cosmic Bowling is a blast.
Friday and Saturday night.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
And is it Cosmic Bowling every night?
Yes. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night there.
Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What time does Cosmic Bowling start?
9:30 till 1 a.m.
That's how you sound over there, isn't it? 9:30 till 1 a.m.
With all your favorite drink specials.
But that is at the Ashwaubenon ABA at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Lanes.
I would strongly suggest, Hammer, that on the weekends they call and make reservations because we do fill up fast.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Well, bowling is a blast.
Yeah, well, it's...
it's one of those things...
The lights come down, the music comes up,
right.
Everything's just bumping.
And, you find that it's a mix of ages?
Yes,
or is it,
a very wide age. We're talking from 4 years old up to 70 years old.
Right.
And this is what's sick. Me being a rock drummer, I don't mainly DJ that kind of stuff. It's all dubstep, techno, and top 40 dance,
Right. Well, that's a little bit step out of the box. That's cool. It's different stuff,
I'd still come watch Replica. That's what I'd do.
Well, if you can't do that and you're looking for something fun to do with the family, Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, Saturday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Cosmic Kick-Ass Bowling starting at 9 p.m.
With DJ Rusty Leigh.
With DJ Rusty Leigh. So there it is. Next week on the segment that we're going to come up with next week on the Replica Rock Radio Podcast, we're going to talk about Sin just a little bit more, kind of how the writing process goes, and who's in charge of that, and we'll touch on that, and we'll talk about the band some more. And we'll see how many segments our little introduction of Rusty Leigh in Season 2 of Replica Rock Radio Podcast pans out. If there's anything you want us to talk about, give us a shout at www.replicalive.com. You can do that there. Or you can email me at hammernationdomination@gmail.com. That is absolutely hammernationdomination@gmail.com. And get your bands on here. You want to talk to us, you want to be on here, you want us to play some of your stuff, whatever. Give us a call, and that's how this whole thing is going to work. So until next time, for Kelly Klaus and myself,
I'm Rusty Leigh.
And he's Rusty Leigh. We'll catch you next time on the Replica Rock Radio Podcast.